Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 140 of Super Kelly Brothers podcast for September the 26th. My name's Slim Kelly.
My name's Jodie Kelly.
That's good. There's a fair amount of things to get through.
Yeah.
Shall we go through them just now, or
Shall we waffle for 15 minutes and then
do our usual?
No, let's just go straight in.
Okay. So, quite exciting this week. There's a few bits and pieces of news. I don't know if you... So, I'll start off with the obituaries, obviously, because that's how we tend to do these things, unlike the Emmys, which we'll get to later. Willie Garson died, age 57. And you probably are like, who's Willie Garson? I'll show you who Willie Garson is. And you'll be like, oh, that guy. It's this guy here.
That's the Sex and the City guy?
Sex and the City guy. He died age 57. So... sad news. Obviously, he's got a son and all that kind of stuff. So
he's only 57.
Only 57. I know. He does look a bit like an accountant there.
He must have been 12 when that program was on.
Aye, yeah, was
little
that 20
kid
years ago or something like that?
Little kid in that show.
He must have been
lollipop in his hand.
It looked like Angus Young.
Yeah.
He had the wee short, not
That's
short
right.
shorts, but shorts.
Angus Young from AC/DC, schoolboy uniform.
Yeah, okay. He was in. I think he was in Stargate SG-1 as well for those sci-fi people who watch the show.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I have a funny feeling I saw him in Vancouver.
Really?
This is my claim to fame. He was walking out of the hotel as I was walking into the hotel. And because they were filming there, they were filming SG-1 around that area at the time. And I wonder if he was staying there. Because I remember looking at him going like, I recognise you.
When I was in...
it was a long time ago.
Las Vegas, right? A long time ago. You were there too.
I was there too.
And were you there when we were looking around the MGM Grand and Rodney Dangerfield walked past us?
Yes, but no. I was there, but I wasn't
toilet?
there with you. Probably.
Aye. Yeah.
Because I have a bladder the size of a walnut.
Which was quite a moment, if you're into Caddyshack and things like that. I was like...
And he was a pretty good comedian as well. Not just
he was, one-liner guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was good.
Take my wife, please. That kind of comedian.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet you was something before they invented electricity.
The other one is the classic one from Goodfellas was one of his as well. Dr. Jones is in the audience. Great man, Dr. Jones. Man couldn't pay his bill. He gave a man 6 months to live. Couldn't pay his bill. Give him another 6 months.
Ba-boom.
Ba-boom. My wife told me to take me somewhere she'd never been taken before, so I took her to the kitchen. Oh. All that kind of stuff. Ding. Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield.
Nice one. Right, yeah.
How come we talk about something?
He is dead. He is dead.
Tangent.
I know. Do you know what he played? Rodney Dangerfield was the creepy dad or uncle in...
Willie Garson.
Poor old guy. Just put him to the side, talk about Rodney Dangerfield for the next 5 minutes. Right, anyway, R.I.P. I was just saying that Rodney Dangerfield was in I'm losing the thing. It was the movie that Quentin Tarantino wrote, and it was Woody Harrelson.
True Romance.
No, Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis, and it was Oliver Stone that directed it. No.
Oh, I know the one you mean. Yes, it wasn't True Romance. It was the other one. No something.
God, what was that called? There was a great scandal. It was so violent and stuff.
Yeah.
And he played Juliette Lewis's dad or creepy old uncle.
Natural Born Killers.
That was the one. Yeah. My God, that was brutal.
And you began with
I tell you what, it's so hot in here. Honestly.
Excuse, by the way, go Bills. They won again today.
Nice one. Yep. Nobody cares.
this
in
guy.
the UK. No.
But there's lots of people care about football scores in the UK.
All right.
Or
friend
hand
Simon.
egg, as we like to call it here. Yeah, two of our mates. So yeah, there's that happened. This also happened, which makes me very, very happy, is that Russell T Davies is going to return as the showrunner for Doctor Who for its 60th anniversary. So Chris Chibnall, he's off. He's done. That's him. Jodie Whittaker's leaving as well, and so they're going to get a new Doctor.
Wasn't a great run with that, was it?
It was a bit too preachy.
Very, very preachy.
And
too right on. Very much of its time.
Yeah,
I suppose.
And maybe it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that in your face.
Obvious.
I don't think. Because I think sci-fi, when it's, and this is, we've talked about this a lot on the show, but sci-fi, when it's done very well, is not in your face. It's very subtle, and it's like, oh, that's very simple because it's similar to what we're doing. Oh, okay, I see. It's not like you put too much plastic in the oceans. It's like, yep.
It was too obvious. And I suppose it was pretty obvious because they put when you put a female doctor in there, they're going to be starting to do other things in the story that are going to be kind of right on and dare I say it, snowflake generation sort of.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I thought in Jodie Whittaker's run of Doctor Who, the least, maybe some people will disagree with me, but the least in your face one was the one that was a very, very touchy subject, which was the partitioning of Pakistan and India. That was actually the least. That was actually a really nice. It was a nice story at the end in it about the sort of cross-border marriage and things.
I liked the Rosa Parks one as well.
That was okay. Good. Yeah,
but it was, it was obvious. But
it was a bit obvious. Yeah.
It was quite nice. I liked Jodie Whittaker. I thought she was very good.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Jodie Whittaker being the Doctor because I think she did a really good job of it. But I think it's the same thing with towards the end of Peter Capaldi's run as the Doctor. The scripts weren't there. Like he had some amazing stories at the start, but just towards the end, it was just like it was nice to see him on screen, and it's the same thing as it's nice to see Jodie Whittaker on screen because she's great at that kind of manic kind of character.
Yeah, she's good. But I'll tell you what, though, Russell T Davies has done some cracking stuff recently. He did a thing called Years and Years, which I've spoke to you about before on here, and it was about a family, a bit kind of modern family, I suppose, but not a comedy. It was about a family, but going from now to like 20 years in the future, and how the technology evolves. But it was more about the technology and the politics and how things were affected and stuff, and how the family was affected by things that were happening, immigration and things like that. And it wasn't preachy at all. It was dead. It was, like you say,
Russell T Davies.
Really subtle, brilliant. Yeah. And then he also did a thing about AIDS recently as well. AIDS in the 80s.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which was fantastic. I think It's a Sin. It's called.
It's a Sin.
I think is that coming on Netflix or is it on?
I think it might be coming to Netflix. It's not Netflix in Canada just now, but it might end up coming to Prime Video if that's the case. If it's not, if it was a BBC, then it's probably Prime Video.
Yeah, again, great, powerful, great writing.
Yeah,
he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. So good. I'm glad to see him back.
So I'm glad that the only downside though is we still have 2000. So the 60th anniversary is in 2023, which is 2 years away. Next year is when Jodie Whittaker's Doctor returns to the screens. So we actually have a year of Jodie Whittaker. There's like 6 episodes and then 3 specials. So we still have some. So she's not done, but she's going to be done at the end of 2022, which I'm hoping 2022 is Russell T Davies has a small office where he's working on set where he can like work on stuff for the next year, so that when it is the 60th, it's just they come in with a bang. It'd be interesting to see who they get as the Doctor. Tom Ellis. I'm just saying. He's out of
Who's
work
that?
just now.
Who's that?
He was in Doctor Who. I'll show you a picture of Tom Ellis.
Oh, I know who he is. Is he not the guy from the Devil thing?
Yeah, he is the guy
He was
from the
in,
Devil thing. He is
He was
this
in
guy.
Miranda as well.
Yeah, he's so he's a Welsh
Yeah,
actor.
him.
And he is he was also in Doctor Who before. So that's why there's a good chance of him actually being in this one as well. So
you think he could be Doctor Who?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of young.
Is there a bookie's favourite? Is he in the kind of?
I don't know if there is, but that's who I'm throwing into my hat in the ring. Is Tom Ellis.
Because there's a Bond one, Christ. There's been a Bond one for a long time. Who's going to be the next Bond?
Yeah.
Idris Elbus or.
So, yeah, Daniel Craig was talking about Idris Elba. Once again, we use something to catapult us into a different conversation. But yeah, he was saying.
That's what it's all
about. I know. So there he is. There's Tom Ellis with Martha Jones.
All right. So it was Torchwood kind of times.
No. It was. Do you remember the one? Here come the drums. Here come the drums. And Martha went around telling people about the Doctor, and it was all about chanting the Doctor's name and all that kind of stuff.
Which Doctor was it?
Matt
Smith.
Doctor Who. That's enough of that. It was Dave Tennant.
Oh, was it way back then?
Arguably the best Doctor. However, Matt is a little bit better. I'm just saying.
Matt Smith.
Matt Smith, yeah. I like Matt
he was good, wasn't he? He was good.
I like Matt Smith.
Youngest.
Yeah.
You don't?
No, I really like Matt Smith. I liked his portrayal of the Doctor.
Yeah. It's good.
He played professorial really good and played manic really good, and he could flick between the two. And I don't know, I like that. That's kind of the Doctor for me, is that kind of lecturing, telling people how it is, and the fun side, and being the fun side up until people aren't taking him serious enough, and then he switches, and that's kind of what I like the Doctor is. Like, I'm too old for this. It's like I'm done. I was trying to tell you nice, but it's beyond nice now.
Yeah, and of course, the best season of Doctor Who we've had recently was Loki.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know.
It was honestly, yeah. I mean,
that's what it should have been like.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that was. I think I said that in one of our watch-alongs.
Yeah,
this would have made an excellent Doctor Who season.
Like
the whole arc of it, because it's. I mean, you could have easily said TVA/Gallifreyans. I mean, they're just the Gallifreyans, the guys that control time. So, anyway, a bit of a lost thing. I don't know if you know this, but I know this.
I like it. Surprise me.
This is a wee surprise for you. Like I said, there's a lot of news this week. Boom! Netflix lands golden ticket by buying the Roald Dahl estate.
I did know this. That's a huge thing.
Yeah. So Netflix has bought the rights to Roald Dahl's classic children's books from the author's family. The deal means the streaming giant will own creations like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the BFG. Netflix will control what happens to them in publishing, as well as film and TV, and receive the royalties as well. So that means, I'm guessing, if you buy an old copy or not an old copy, a new print of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you're paying money to Netflix.
I wonder what that means for. There's a film in production just now. I think it's in production, and it's the prequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it's your man Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, Shamalama Ding Dong.
That's your good Canadian lad that he is.
He's not Canadian.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. Timothy Chalamet.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Shamalama Ding Dong is
the Shalaminator.
He was born in Manhattan, United States.
Well, it's close to Canada.
New York. I mean, it's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
Okay. His mum's French, I think.
All right, okay.
Or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not
Anyway,
sure the story.
That lad's an up and up, and
he's in some movie, June or something or other.
Yeah, some small adaptation of a little book.
Yeah.
So he's. I mean, you can probably check there if that's still in production, but is that swapped to Netflix now, or what's that? Did you hear? Have you heard this prequel?
I don't know, but under the agreement, Oscar winner Taika Waititi is currently working on a series based in the world of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Is that it? Sony in working title are making an adaptation of Matilda the musical. In total, 19 TV shows, film and stage shows with live experiences are already in the works. This is how Netflix gets its money back.
Matilda's it's a great film.
Yeah,
the Danny DeVito directed movie.
Yep.
Terrific.
Did a good job of it. There's the man himself, Gene Wilder.
The legend.
Yep.
That is.
So yeah, I mean, you got the Fantastic Mr. Fox, James and the Giant Peach, The Witches, Twits, you name it, he's done it. Roald Dahl. And
the Twits would be a good one. We've never seen a version of Twits.
True, yeah. He also did the screenplay for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which is Ian Fleming.
He did. And he also wrote all the Tales of the Unexpected, the little
that's right.
short stories. With
that would be a good revival.
Brilliant. Yeah.
That would be a good revival for Netflix.
Quentin Tarantino revived one of those stories.
Did he?
Do you remember that? Do you remember there's a film called it was called like 8 Rooms or something like that?
No.
And it was about a hotel.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yes.
And it was
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth was in it. Yeah.
He
was a bellboy.
Yeah.
Aye, and there was four different stories about people in the hotel.
All right. Okay.
Quentin Tarantino's story was the one about the gambler guy that lost his finger in a gambling thing.
Ah, okay.
There you
go. That's an interesting segue.
Ooh, hello.
So, yeah. Yeah. So that's that there. Okay. Who's up for It's a Me, Mario?
Yes.
So Chris Pratt apparently is going to voice Mario. And who's going to play? Oh yeah, Charlie Day is going to play Luigi, which is funny in and of itself because Chris Pratt is like that high, and Charlie Day is like that high. So
the other way around.
So it should be the other way around, but there you go. So yeah, Chris Pratt's going to be in it. Who else is going to be? Anna Taylor-Joy is going to play Princess Peach. No surprise there. Jack Black
looks like Princess Peach, doesn't she?
It's quite amazing. I read this the other day, and I think to myself, yeah, who else would you get?
Aye, she looks like her.
Yeah. It's the same as Samantha Mathis in the original. We should give a shout out to the John Leguizamo, Bob Hoskins, James Caan travesty that was there. But yeah, Samantha Mathis was that, and I think she played Princess Peach, I think, or one of them. I can't remember which one it was, or Pauline, or whichever one it was.
Yeah.
And you can imagine her in that role as well. But anyway, Jack Black is going to voice Bowser, and Seth Rogen is going to be Donkey Kong.
Hi, I quite like that idea.
So yeah.
And Cranky Kong, or not Diddy Kong, one of the other Kongs are in it as well.
Oh really?
Aye, okay. There's a kind of bigger cast thing shows.
Okay.
But do you know what's interesting? You know how they did Sonic and it was half real world, half animation sort of thing. But this is by elimination, and it's they tend to just do full animation movies. So
I wonder if I think this is not 100% animated though.
That's what I'm saying. Elimination, 100% animation.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'm wondering if this is part of Universal Studios' deal with Nintendo, because they have Nintendo Land at Universal Studios Japan.
Yep.
It's coming to Universal Studios Florida as part of the Epic Universes theme park. So I wonder if they've also like inked a movie deal with Nintendo as well to bring other things to the cinema screen. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, it goes into this article, then goes into pop culture is filled with checkered history of game to film adaptations, none more so than the universally panned first effort to bring Mario in front of the camera in 1993. It's fair enough. And then there was the time Kylie Minogue joined forces with Jean-Claude Van Damme for Street Fighter, which perhaps unsurprisingly neither has mentioned since. But it doesn't go into like all the successes, like, I don't know, Resident Evil, which spawned thousands of movies.
Tomb Raider,
Sonic, which is a pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I quite like.
Tomb Raider was a success as well.
Tomb Raider's huge as well. I mean, they rebooted it recently. With Anna Vikander.
Yeah. Vikander.
Yeah. I mean, you know, yes, there's been bad video game adaptations, but there's also been good ones as well. They don't really go into that.
Yeah, I don't think you can say that about it now. There has been some successful ones. I mean, Ready Player One. I know that's not directly.
Not directly, no.
That was a successful movie. You know, commercially and artistically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They've went full A-list though on it, you know. So it's obviously it's going to be a big deal, this movie.
But having said that though, John Leguizamo and Samantha Mathis and James Caan and Bob Hoskins were all at the height of their game in 1993.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not everybody who's a millennial and listening to this podcast is going, "Who's Bob Hoskins? Who's Samantha Mathis? And who's James Caan?" They probably know John Leguizamo, but that's about it. From Romeo and Juliet, because I think everybody's seen that movie.
Ice Age.
Oh, and Ice Age as well. Yeah, he plays Sid the Sloth.
God, he's loads of stuff.
Yes. Our final. So this is not the final story. This is our final movie thing. Is this story? It's not really news, but it's called What's the Tea? And so I figured I'd throw this in here. Marcia Lucas, the ex-wife of George Lucas, the bearded one, she is not happy with the sequel trilogy and referred to it as just terrible. Arguably, she's the one that actually shipped Star Wars in an actually good state, because she was the one that was the editor on it. Yeah, she edited it. And we all know that George is not very good at direction. What's his favorite thing saying?
He's faster, more intense.
Faster and more intense, yeah. That should be the documentary about his directorial style. Faster and more intense.
The thing about George Lucas is he's obviously a total. But I hate it when people go, he's not as good as everybody thinks he is. He is every bit as good.
Yeah.
I just think he's not very good with working with actors. He knows what he wants on screen. He knows exactly what he wants on screen. But his communication maybe isn't that great. But his wife re-edited, because I think it was the first time they showed to an audience, Star Wars to an audience, and it kind of got panned. She re-edited it, did clippy edits, and kind of did. Remember the scene with the Tusken Raider? She kind of did a forward reverse thing.
That,
so it was and more clippy edits with the fighting and stuff. I mean, you could argue she sort of created a lot of stuff that's going on just now with the kind of fast-paced editing thing that we years ago. I was talking to Evelyn about this actually. Years ago, the way that you maybe do a story years ago you wouldn't be able to follow the way that things are edited these days, but now we take it for granted. Like, if you do like I was watching a program today, and it did a thing where a car went past. It was modern, current times. Car went past, and then it says 4 years later, exact same scene, or 4 years earlier, exact same scene. Years ago, folk would go, "Well, this is what's going on here. It's the same place. Why is that? Why is it 4 years earlier?"
Yeah.
Or so, things like that, and the fast-paced thing people couldn't really keep up with years ago, but now we just take it for granted.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
I like this quote from her here. It says, now that she's running, so she's talking about Kathleen Kennedy and J.J. Abrams. Now that she's running Lucasfilm and making movies, it seems to me that Kathy Kennedy and J.J. Abrams don't have a clue about Star Wars. They don't get it. And yeah, I think that's part of the problem. Like I can't remember what it was some YouTube channel, and the guy was on. He was talking about pace and foreshadowing and sort of techniques and movie techniques. And he gave a great example. One of my favorite horror movies, I guess you'd call it, is Tremors, with Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon. And he was talking about how they set things up. Like, it's all about set up and payoff. That's movies in a nutshell, is set up, payoff. And he said there's no setup whatsoever in your favorite movie, The Last Jedi. There's none at all. And so when you get to the payoff, the payoff part of it, it's just made up nonsense. It's like one line. It's like, oh, we're cloaked now. It's like, but they don't have cloaking technology. How can they do this? Like, you haven't told the audience about any of this stuff.
Unfortunately, a lot of the setup was in Force Awakens, and then
thrown out by
that all get discarded, and then they kind of put stuff in that hadn't been set up. So it's like a total mess. It's just. Yeah, but it's funny how she's kind of. I think this came out of the woodwork because one of the producer guys, I can't remember the guy's name. He's got a book out just now, and it was in this book how what she thought about it.
It sucks. The storylines are terrible, just terrible, awful. You can quote me, J.J. Abrams, Kathy Kennedy, talk to me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and she knows she was there from the beginning.
Exactly.
For those characters, she knows. So you got to take that. They're the creators, man.
Yeah.
George is he's the man.
Yeah.
And she is she should get more credit than for what was created as well. Definitely, she was there.
Should we go to trailers? There was some interesting trailers that Netflix put out.
Yeah,
so
actually,
I'm going to share with a big fight. It just felt a bit rushed, and so that for me kind of ruined the movie.
You're right. It was heavy on the back and light on the. It was like the balance wasn't there.
Balanced enough. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there.
Like, you could have set up the whole, like you understood a little bit that what's his name, J.K. Simmons, the dad, they had a falling out, but they could have played on that a bit more, and they didn't, and so it just felt a bit like their reconciliation at the end just felt like totally rushed, because it's obviously it's years and years and years of deep-seated hatred for this guy.
Always good, J.K. Simmons, brilliant.
But yeah, sequel, yay. This one, Neil Gaiman at it again. This is the Sandman, which was a series last year, I think, or the year before, and now they're remaking it for Netflix. So
was it?
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know if it was animated or whatever, but it was Charles Dance.
Oh no, there was I think it was like an anime type thing. Yeah.
Brother Numsey, for those of you who heard. I think it's going to be on the stroke of midnight on January 1st, 2022.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. So that's
Depends what country you're in, though, I suppose.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, yeah, good point. And that's it. That's the news. Or what's the tea? Do you want to take a break or?
Yeah. Okay. 2 minutes.
Okay. 1 second. So, what are you? Why is that up? What are you
I
watching?
don't know. You tell me.
What's going on? The background's going and everything.
Oh, wow.
Breaking news though. Steve Coogan is going to play Jimmy Savile in a BBC
Oh,
One
yeah.
drama.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yikes.
We didn't talk about the Emmys either.
I'm getting to it.
All right,
to be
okay,
honest,
that's fine.
it's a bunch of rich people giving gold awards to each other.
That's fine. I suppose it's what you're watching, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So what
Cool.
were you watching?
Yeah.
What were you watching tonight? What were you watching? Are you watching stuff? Were you watching stuff?
Yeah. I actually watched quite a lot this week.
Did you know?
Yeah.
I, in contrast, did. No, I did. I watched a ton of stuff. Didn't watch a lot of movies, but I watched a lot of TV.
All right. I watched your Schumacher on the Netflix.
Oh, aye.
The documentary about his life.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually, I thought, oh God, this is going to be horrible, tragic kind of thing.
Was it Cobblers? Shoemaker.
Oh God.
Cobblers.
Good Lord. Crikey.
Dad jokes. Dad jokes.
Right. See, this is what happens, right? You ask me what you're watching, then you do your song and dance routine all through it.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Anyway, right, and then I lose my train of thought, and then that's it. It's all gone.
Yeah. Right, you're watching Schumacher.
Yeah, and I thought this is going to be tragic, but I'll watch it anyway because I thought, I used to be right into Formula One and stuff like that. And but yeah.
Why did you think it was tragic?
Do you not know the story about Michael Schumacher?
I thought he retired, didn't he? That was it.
No, he retired. Then he came back to do another stint, but it focuses on his life and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he loved to kind of go skiing and stuff like that, and he every time you see him doing something dangerous, he's never got a crash helmet on.
Mm.
He was skiing. They were going to go to Dubai to go skydiving instead, but they decided to go skiing. And it doesn't even really explain what happened, but he had an accident while skiing, and he's been in a coma since 2013.
What?
Yeah,
What?
Spoilers.
What? How do I not know this?
He somehow hit his head. He wasn't wearing a helmet, any protection. He's been in a coma for 7 years, since 8 years now.
8 years.
Mm-hmm. I think he's starting to kind of recover, but he'll never be the same person.
No.
What a guy as well! Like, see when you see the documentary, what a really genuine, lovely person, and what a talent, and
because Top Gear revealed him as being Stig at one point when it was all the Ben Collins stuff. Right, and they said, actually, and took his helmet off, and it was Michael Schumacher.
Right. You don't know that?
I didn't know, honestly. I genuinely did not know that.
That's how
Sonny Bono went as well. Skiing accident.
Who?
Sonny Bono and Liam Neeson's wife.
Liam Neeson's wife. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he survived, but he's not there at all.
I think the message. I think the message of that story is drive fast, don't ski.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Maybe that's what it should have been called. No, it shouldn't have been called that. It's terrible. No, I mean, he comes across really well in it. All the footage and stuff, and it's just tragic. But it really skirts over it at the end. It really doesn't go into much. They just his kids are there. His kids are grown up now and stuff, and
oh my God,
lovely people. Oh God, awful. Anyway, great documentary. We have been watching a thing called Raising Dion. You know this, Tom?
I've heard of it. I don't know it though.
It's from 2019, and it's only one season, and it's about a little kid that has superpowers, which sounds lame, right? You think, oh God, I've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually brilliant. We've been blasting it. We're on episode 5. It's really good, really enjoyable. Not sure how it's going to go. Special effects in it, or magic in it. And it's one of those kind of subtle ones, it kind of builds really nicely, So yeah, enjoying that. Oh no, I've lost my thing.
That's it. Change the bogey. That wasn't even my fault this time.
That wasn't your fault. Change.
That was quiet.
See, Man of Steel's on.
Is it?
Netflix now. Just noticed it there.
In Canada. I've seen Man of Steel. Is Man of Steel's the first one, isn't it?
It's good. Yeah, man, Russell Crowe, friend of the show.
Yeah, Man of Steel. Yeah. Oh, Superman Returns is on here as well.
Oof.
With what's his name? Brandon Routh.
Yeah.
And Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. Right, found my list again. We've been watching that Prank Encounters. Have I spoke about that before?
Yeah, you mentioned it before. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you're watching it.
Well, I'm not actually. It's Danny's watching it to get his fix of Dustin from Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
But quite honestly, the pranks are so life-changingly, psychologically
damaging,
horrific and damaging. Yeah, that if he popped out and said, we're on a prank show, see all that's happened before, seeing people murdered in front of me by a zombie or whatever, I'd be like, F you. That's you've taken 5 years off my life.
Yeah.
And punched him in the face. So that's what I think about that. Watched yeah, exactly. Again. Exactly.
Sorry, Dustin.
Watched
I know that's not your name. Sorry.
No, I can't remember his name actually.
I can't remember his name either.
It's a kind of unusual name he's got.
Yeah.
Watched the R.I.P.D. with your Ryan Reynolds and your
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, Jeff Bridges. Have you seen it?
Several times.
I think it's really good. I thought it got a bad review or something. It was really good.
Panned. That's why they didn't make another one.
Really
Mary Louise Parker's in it as well. She plays the chief. Fantastic, great wee movie.
I think it's really good.
What's his name? Jeff Bridges does a really good.
Gabby from
from
Blazing Saddles.
His face, True Grit guy.
Oh yeah. He plays the same kind of character.
Same kind of character.
Love
the whole curry thing. I love their undercover thing where it's the guy Dave Lopan. It's his. It's just so funny. I don't know. I really liked it. I've seen it several times. If anyone suggests watching it, we just go, okay, yeah, we'll watch R.I.P.D.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds isn't doing his usual character he seems to play these days.
I don't mind Ryan
Reynolds
just play Deadpool.
I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. I'm okay with it, but he's not. He's not doing it in this.
Deadpool was in Pikachu. It was fantastic.
That's true.
It's the same when I hear Josh Gad doing something. All I hear is Olaf, and that just makes me laugh thinking it's Olaf.
I like him.
He's the saving grace of Pixels, that's for sure.
Yeah, I liked that Detective Pikachu as well. I thought it was good.
It was okay, yeah.
Good film. Oh, cool. We watched Gemini Man with your Will Smith.
Oh, aye. Did you know?
Which get another one that get panned. This one though. Have you watched it?
Nice. It's not good.
I think it quite rightly get panned because it's a bit slow. However, it did have some of the most exciting fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie. 3 fight scenes that were absolutely terrific, top notch.
There's a car chase through. I think it's Cartagena in Colombia, the walled city.
Is that Colombia?
It was good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Cartagena.
It's a motorbike chase thing.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Aye, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
That bit.
That was a good chase.
That was one of the highlights. But yeah, overall, it was okay. It was alright. Good special effects and Will Young's younger self, though.
That's true. Yeah.
Thought it was done really well, actually. We started watching Midnight Mass, which is I can't remember the guy's name. It's the guy that directed the House and Haunted Hill.
Hill and Haunted Bly Manor.
Aye, that one, whatever. Aye, all that good stuff, which is good. It's intriguing, slightly creepy, but not overly. You could probably get away with watching it. So, it's not like creepy.
I don't like
It's
creepy.
No, it's kind of Stephen King eerie.
I sit and watch Stranger Things like this.
No, for God's sake, Sloan, you don't get a chance. Anyway, we're not that far into it. We're only kind of about 3 or 4 episodes in, so I'll tell you the full review next week. I did my usual Monsters Inside, the 24 Faces of Billy Milligan limited series.
Yeah.
4 episodes.
Blasted it.
2 episodes in, I'm already like, why am I doing this to myself? But anyway, aye, that's what it is. I'll watch the rest. Squid Game.
Oh yeah,
you
South
started
Korean
watching
thing.
this?
No, it looks good though.
It's good. It's really good.
I'm gonna watch it then.
Yeah, very good. I've been watching it without the subtitles. I've just watched it dubbed, kind of thing.
Yeah, just the dubbed version. Yeah, I think for that one, it's too frenetic to.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting reading it and you'd be like, "Oh crap, I missed a whole bunch of stuff." So.
Yeah. So exactly that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
no,
I
it's
think
good.
for Money Heist, it's fine.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's fairly original and kind of colourful, and
it's got a kind
of it's zippy. It zips
Black
along
Books
at a nice pace.
Type look to it. Not Black Books. Black Mirrors. Black Books.
Aye. Black Mirror. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That kind of big
yeah,
doll
man.
thing they've got in it.
Yeah, it's funny because the kind of the sort of leader people have all got kind of the PlayStation, triangle, square, circle. Which is a bit odd, but cross.
Okay.
Don't know if that's kind of a dig at PlayStation or what. I'm not sure. And what did we watch? And it was Gemini Man. It was Cinema Night.
That was your Cinema Night. How did Danny do with Gemini Man?
Okay, actually, I think he was getting a wee bit restless. Some of it. Yeah. But yeah, I think he liked the action bits, so he stuck with it. So,
I think he watched What If and Star Wars
watched What If
as well.
I watched. Yes, I did. I've not watched all the Visions because I think some of them are a bit not really my cup of tea, but some of them are really up there actually. Visions ones.
The first episode is amazing.
I loved it.
The first episode is really, really
Samurai
good.
kind of one.
Yeah, it's that kind of Yojimbo, Akira Kurosawa feel.
I loved it. Loved it.
The other one I liked was the one where it's David Harbour, and his Padawan goes to this thing and they find this like evil old guy played by Dave Lopan.
I've not seen that one.
And that's really good as well. That's a good one. There's one Lola and
is that the two Dark Twins?
Lola or something?
The Dark Side Twins?
No, that was god awful. That one I didn't like that at all.
I loved that one.
Did you? No, it was too Battle of the Planets for me.
Oh, but I love Battle of the Planets.
And I couldn't get through the Boba Fett one as well with Tamura Morrison.
Yeah, I got through that one, but it was a bit of a struggle. And then there was one after that I couldn't get through. It didn't even seem like Star Wars. The one after that, I think.
Oh, I never watched that one.
I was like, nothing Star Warsy about this at all.
There's a couple of ones that are sort of intriguing.
I've got actually Disney. My son's phone.
Where are we? Yeah, I watched The Duel, The Twins, which is that one that was about Battle of the Planets for me. The Elder, which is really good, and Lopin Ocho, which was okay. It wasn't my favorite one, but yeah, the Duel and The Elder are my two favorite ones out of that. Because they felt a bit samurai, Star Warsy, and I like that kind of mashup. But yeah, the Tatooine Rhapsody, I got 1 minute into it, and I'm like, nope.
I watched that one actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did. I watched it. It wasn't great. But.
Yeah. What did you think of What If this week with Thor?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was amusing. Yeah, we're quite amused by it.
Yeah.
It was basically like he's a teenager having a party at his parents' house and having to tidy up before his mum gets home type thing. It was funny.
Yeah. Until
do you know what? Like, yeah,
it was less funny.
Yeah, but I quite like the kind of that's such and such. Oh, there's such. It's a kind of I quite like
because the Skrulls in there. There was the three. There was Lady Sif and the other two that he hangs about with. Scarif was there as well. Heimdall.
There was tons of characters to.
And also Natalie Portman and Kat Dennings. They portrayed their characters.
I thought it was Kat Dennings. She's got quite a kind of
unique voice,
recognizable voice. Wasn't going to say annoying.
It's not annoying. I don't find her voice annoying. It's unique.
Unique.
Yeah. Is that you?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll start off with the things I watched. So I watched What If, Visions. Sam had never seen Fargo. Before. So
the movie?
We sat and watched the TV show.
Oh, what one?
The first season. Well, she's not seen any of them. I said, but you got to start with the first season. So because the first season sets up the other two seasons.
First one is brilliant, isn't it?
The first one is utterly amazing. Going back to it, it's just so good. And Sam is like, "Can we watch another one?" It's like she's like totally into it.
Yeah.
And she watched the first one and she's like, "I don't know how they can how do you top that one?" And then we watched the second one. She goes, "What are they going to do now?"
That's brilliant.
Every single episode is just
really
good. Deeper and deeper into this storyline. She hasn't even got to the Fargo bit with Key and Peele.
Oh, really?
That was when that bit happens.
That was Martin Freeman, wasn't it? That one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, Martin Freeman, Billy Bob Thornton.
He's great in it.
Alison Tolman's in it as well. She plays Molly, and Bob Odenkirk's in it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's brilliant.
So good. It was choice.
What's The Circle?
Netflix. It's on Netflix over here.
Are they all on Netflix? Cool.
Yeah, the whole thing. We watched The Circle, obviously. It's getting to the finale, so we're going to get to that point. Finale. I know it's finale. And I don't know whether to talk about this one just now or leave it. You know what? I'm just going to leave it because the big one is the big one. I watched the Emmys last week. I missed the first half hour, so I missed Seth Rogen, his rant about being stuck in a hermetically sealed tent and not having to wear masks and stuff like that.
I saw that. It
was awful. I'm not going to bother talking about it. You can go and check the awards if you want to find out who your favorite thing is. So this is put on by CBS, which is one of the big four networks. They've got ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. That's the big four networks in the United States. Broadcast television. The winners of the television awards were all streaming services. It was Ted Lasso and The Crown and all those kind of shows won it. The big losers were the regular television, and it's like you're putting a show on and you're giving the awards to the competition. It's just nuts.
The
But
turn has happened.
all the
That's the way
jokes.
it's going to go, though.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Let's face it.
All the jokes just did not land. Like they were so bad. They weren't even like dad jokes. They were just cringy. Kind of. There was a bit in it where they got the cast of Schitt's Creek in, and they made a joke that Eugene Levy wasn't getting any jokes or any lines to say, and he goes, and then they're all sort of just standing there, and then eventually, David, I don't know what his name is, the son, says to him, he says, did you do anything to annoy them? This is like after like a huge big like 30-second pause, dead air, dead air, Jody, dead air.
It was like a
goes,
podcast.
did you do anything? Yeah, exactly. Did you do anything to annoy them? And he said, well, I just told them to tighten up my jokes a little bit. And they're like, oh, you can't tell that to the writers. And they did this whole big thing about it being funny, and it wasn't funny.
Was there not another? There was another awkward one as well.
It's all awkward moments, Jody. It was
and Gillian Anderson had an American accent, whereas if she appears in anything over here, she's English.
She's got a British accent, and she's got an American accent over there. The other thing was, and maybe this was explained in the half hour at the start, I didn't realize. So some people were picking up their awards in what looked like a bar in London, and it turned out it was a bar in London. And they're all standing there beside people COVID. Like making drinks and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, they weren't flying across because you couldn't get into the country. You can now, but we still can't drive. Anyway, so they were there getting their awards in London, but it was all the Crown, so it was all people just sort of standing there, point a bit of please, mate, in the background. And people, that was the other thing that was the other big thing that annoyed me about it was they would do a zoom in on whoever was presenting the awards, and there'd be people walking behind them to get to their seats, and then you'd occasionally see like a head ducking down in front of them. It was like, shouldn't you have people either side of the stage going, no, you can't go by your broadcasting?
Is that the way things are these days? It's kind of it's all kind of as if it's all throwaway, and
well, maybe don't spend millions and millions of dollars on an event. Maybe that's a thing not to do.
Maybe
when you could spend it a little bit better than that and stop giving yourselves gold awards. I don't know. So talking to mainstream media, I didn't watch anything on mainstream media. I finished watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which was on Netflix, which the last season was last year, I think. But it's available now on Netflix. It was okay. It wasn't the best season they've ever had, and it's kind of sad to see them go. But I don't know. They were kind of running out of steam at the end there. The big thing though is Apple TV or Apple Plus or whatever the hell it's called. They released Foundation, the first 2 episodes.
Oh, is it out?
With Jared Harris, in a command, our friend of the podcast. We should get him on. I think he's going to come on here. And we talk about him enough. Maybe I know. These 2 guys from Scotland keep talking about you, Jared. Anyway, he plays this mathematician who has found that the Imperium will crumble, and the emperor himself is not happy about it.
An Imperium crumble.
Yeah. So he has this thing called the Foundation, which is obviously what the book's called, but it's based on the Isaac Asimov book, which I have not read. I don't know anything about, but I'm really enjoying the first 2 episodes. It's got a little bit science fiction-y type, you're ruining the planet type stuff in it, which is fine because it's not ladled on. It's mentioned, and so you get a sense of what's it in there. Lee Pace, who plays Ronan the Accuser, plays the Emperor, but the Emperor is actually split into 3 different personalities. It's really good. The 3 different personalities is called Dawn, Day, and Dusk. So it's basically this sort of like 3 ages of man type thing. So you got the little kid guy, you've got the main guy who's Lee Pace, and you got Terrence Mann, who, by the way, they're basically clones of the same person, and there's always three of them. So it's like this emperor that's been ruled for like 1,000 years, but they just keep cloning him. So it's the same guy, but it's three different stages that he's still alive. So it's a bit of a kind of what? But once you get used to it, it's fine. But Terrence Mann and Lee Pace look exactly like each other. Like Lee Pace looks like a younger version of Terrence Mann. It's just amazing. Like great casting. But yeah, it's a great story. I'm just finished the second episode. Second episode was really good. The first episode sets up everything, and it is spectacular. I think is the only way you can describe it. But yeah, that's me. I think. And this week's Bond movie, continuing with our Bond theme, is Tomorrow Never Dies, which was with Jonathan Pryce, Terry Hatcher,
that's what I was going to say,
and Michelle Yeoh. Pierce Brosnan, obviously. It felt very old school Bond. Dave Arnold brought the that guitar, like that loose guitar sound back in. And the whole setup, like the ship, the radar deceiving ship and stealing nuclear missiles and all that kind of stuff. It felt very old school James Bond. I really liked it. I thought it was great. It's probably
Jonathan Pryce is a very old school Bond villain as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's got the collar up like that as well. Collar. The old Bond villains, like kind of Blofeld almost looking collar. Yeah, I really liked it. Pierce Brosnan was great in it. I actually prefer this one to Goldeneye. I know everyone likes Goldeneye, but I like this one.
Yeah, I think so. I really enjoyed Goldeneye actually, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Still not as good as License to Kill, but never mind.
It's a great journey you're going through.
It's fantastic. I've really enjoyed myself. It's nice. It's something to look forward to at the end of the week. But,
yeah, totally.
It's good going back through and watching all these because James Bond used to get shown on TV and you'd sit and watch it. You go, oh yeah, that was good. But to actually go back and sort of have a little bit more of a, I mean, we're watching it for enjoyment as well, but to go back and have a little bit more of a critical eye on certain things.
Yeah, and you can kind of compare Bonds as well, and you might change your mind who you thought it was, was your favourite Bond as well.
Yeah, it's still Sean.
Which I think,
I mean, it was Roger Moore. Yeah, but it's definitely Sean Connery. Timothy Dalton. Oh man, it was only 2 movies, but they were good movies.
What could have been?
Yeah, what could have been? Like he could have been in Goldeneye, and they probably convinced him to do Tomorrow Never Dies as well.
Yeah.
So you never know. So I think the next one is The World Is Not Enough, which is a loose translation of the Bond family motto. The world is not enough. And then after that is Die Another Day. And then it's Daniel Craig.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, because I've only seen one of his. I've only seen Skyfall, and that was it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right.
So, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Is that us? I think that's us.
Yeah.
Well, if you like this show, don't forget to smash the old like button and share, comment below as well. It really helps the channel out. And if you want time to remind us when we put a new video up, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And YouTube will work its magical algorithms and give the videos to you at the time when they go out. Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Something like that.
But anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching, and if you're on the podcast, for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.